Africa, often referred to as the cradle of humankind, is home to some of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth. Long before the rise of kingdoms, empires, and modern nations, indigenous groups roamed the savannas, mountains, and thick jungles of the continent, developing complex survival systems, social structures, and spiritual traditions. Though the term Aboriginal is most closely associated with Australia's First Peoples, Africa's indigenous communities, including the San Khoikhoi, Pygmies like the Mbuti and Aka, and the Hadza, are among the earliest human societies. Their traditional lifestyles, shaped by their environments and oral traditions, offer a glimpse into how early humans adapted and thrived in the wild landscapes of Africa. The San people, also known as Bushmen, are believed to be among the oldest continuous populations on Earth. Genetic studies suggest they descend from some of the first modern humans to inhabit southern Africa, dating back at least 20,000 to 40,000 years. The San historically occupied vast stretches of land in modern-day Botswana, Namibia, Angola, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. The San were highly skilled hunter-gatherers. Men hunted small to medium-sized game with bows and arrows tipped with poison, while women gathered edible plants, nuts, berries, and tubers. The San were master trackers, able to follow the faintest signs of animal movement over long distances. This skill was passed down through generations. Tools were made from stone, wood, and bone. Arrows were often laced with poisons derived from beetles or plants. The San built simple shelters from branches and grasses, reflecting their nomadic lifestyle. Camps were frequently moved based on seasonal resources. Clothing was minimal and made from animal skins, suited to the arid and warm climates they inhabited. San society was highly egalitarian, with decisions made by consensus and resources shared communally. The San held strong spiritual beliefs centered around nature, ancestors, and trance dances. The trance dance, led by a shaman, was a central religious ritual used for healing and connecting with the spirit world. Closely related to the San, the Khoikhoi were traditionally pastoralists who raised sheep and cattle. They lived mainly in present-day Namibia and South Africa. While the San were pure hunter-gatherers, the Khoikhoi combined herding with hunting and gathering. They had larger and more permanent settlements due to the need to care for livestock. Khoikhoi society was organized into clans and chieftaincies, with leaders chosen through lineage or consensus. They had extensive oral traditions and used music, storytelling, and ritual to maintain their cultural identity. The term pygmy is a blanket term used to describe various forest-dwelling indigenous groups of Central Africa, including the Mbuti, Aka, Twa, and Baka. These groups inhabit the dense rainforests of the Congo Basin, one of the world's oldest and most biologically diverse ecosystems. The term pygmy comes from their shorter stature, which is thought to be an adaptation to the humid, dense forest environment. Their lifestyle is intimately connected with the forest, spiritually, economically, and socially. The men hunt using nets, bows, spears, and traps, often working cooperatively to drive animals into netted areas. Women and children collect wild yams, fruits, honey mushrooms, and medicinal plants. They build temporary, dome-shaped huts made from leaves and branches. The forest is considered sacred, and their belief systems are rooted in animism, with spirits inhabiting trees, animals, and rivers. They have a rich tradition of polyphonic singing and storytelling, often performed in rituals or during communal gatherings. Pygmy communities face severe threats from deforestation, poaching, and marginalization by surrounding societies. The Hadza people of Tanzania are one of the few remaining hunter-gatherer societies in Africa who still maintain a largely traditional way of life. Genetic research suggests the Hadza have very ancient roots, potentially stretching back tens of thousands of years. They are not linguistically related to their neighbors, and their click language is unique and unrelated to other African tongues. Men use bows made from local hardwood and arrows tipped with poison to hunt animals like antelope and birds. Women gather baobab fruit tubers, berries, and honey, which is highly prized. Honey is one of their favorite foods, often harvested from high trees with the help of the honey guide bird, which leads them to hives. The Hadza live in small mobile groups and move frequently based on seasonal availability of food. Their shelters are simple, often just lean-tos made from branches or grass. The Hadza maintain an egalitarian structure with no formal leaders or social hierarchies. They believe in a creator spirit, but their religion is non-dogmatic and closely tied to nature. Despite differences in geography and environment, Africa's indigenous groups share many common survival strategies honed over millennia. Extensive understanding of edible and medicinal plants, mastery of animal behavior, tracking, and seasonal cycles, ability to navigate using natural landmarks, stars, and patterns in the environment. Traditional fire-starting techniques involved friction-based methods, like rubbing two sticks together. Tools and weapons were crafted from stone, wood, bone, and shell. In arid regions, they tapped water-storing roots and underground sources. In forests, they relied on rain catchments and dew collection. Indigenous people developed complex herbal pharmacopoeias. Healing rituals often involved music, chants, and the use of sacred plants. Small group sizes fostered communal living, cooperation, and conflict resolution. Storytelling, dance, and ritual played key roles in maintaining group cohesion. Colonization, land grabs, deforestation, climate change, and globalization have all deeply affected Africa's indigenous peoples. Loss of ancestral lands to agriculture, mining, and conservation projects. Forced assimilation into dominant cultures, often at the expense of traditional languages and practices. marginalization by governments and society with limited access to healthcare, education, and political representation. Still, many of these communities are resilient and adaptive. Some have blended tradition with modernity, while others continue to fight for land rights and cultural preservation. Africa's indigenous peoples, from the desert-traversing San to the forest-dwelling pygmies, represent living connections to humanity's deepest roots. Their traditional lifestyles and jungle survival skills reflect a harmonious relationship with nature, forged over tens of thousands of years. While the modern world challenges their way of life, their wisdom, adaptability, and resilience offer enduring lessons about sustainability, community, and the human spirit. Understanding and honoring their history isn't just about the past. It's about recognizing the value of diverse human experiences and the urgent need to protect those who still live in balance with the earth.